Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It is time for the 10 TV Weather Impact Show. Breana and I are here today to make sure you are prepared as we head into what will be a very busy weekend.
Yeah, I am very excited. I do have a bone to pick with you, though.
Okay.
It's warmer, but it's also muggier, and I don't like it. Not good hair days.
Girl, let me tell you, I know I've used so much hairspray this morning, and I'm sure you feel the same thing.
Yeah, we're
not
flip it
alone,
up,
right?
ponytail. We talked about this before. When we have days like these, it's just going to go up.
Yes, but you know what? It is feeling more like summer, and so with so many things happening, again, through the weekend and even into Sunday, it is going to stay warm and muggy. So stay cool, my friends, and definitely stay hydrated. Now, if you are going to the Crew game, that is Saturday night, could be a chance for some pop-up showers and storms throughout the middle of the game. So we're going to be watching that closely. Just know that is a concern. It doesn't look like it will storm the entire game, so there might just be a little bit of a delay. Stay safe out there. If you'll be at the Pride March on Saturday also, we are looking pretty good. I'm leaving a light chance for showers, although I do think right now, if everything stays on track, we would stay mainly dry throughout the entirety of everything. So there's some good news there. But as we go throughout the rest of the day today, you can just see those temperatures from the morning already in the 70s. It was foggy. It was cloudy. Our camera just looked all gloomy. But I'm hoping we get a little bit of peak of sun today. But I can tell you, it is from that sun and all that moisture moving in. That's going to even bring us up into the low 70s on Saturday and Sunday for that dew point forecast. So that's going to make it feel even extra humid. So today going to be humid. The next couple of days, even Monday, we're going to be seeing that. So if you're trying to get the lawn taken care of, I would say today is one of the best days to do so. Once we start getting some rain, the lawn gets a little bit wetter. I think it may not be the best opportunity. So try to get that done today. Hopefully you already did it and you're good. And if you want the go forecast for golf, I can tell you today is probably just as equally good to go as Saturday and Sunday. Now, it's not going to be the worst, but we do have those chances of showers and storms. So if you're okay with that and playing, you know, just keep an eye on the sky. Remember, when thunder roars, you want to head indoors, wait till about 30 minutes after, because when you hear thunder, that actually means lightning is close enough to strike. But I want to break down the hour-by-hour forecast for us, because you can see here, as we go into the afternoon, had some showers this morning. There's still going to be that chance, but it's more isolated. This isn't a widespread for hours type of thing. And again, you can see on our future cast that we might actually have some clearing, a little bit of sun. The better chance for showers and storms today is going to be later today, and you can see that shows possibly by the sun setting, we'll have some of those showers coming in. And yes, maybe even some rumbles of thunder overnight as we go into Saturday morning. So I did mention Saturday morning. Right now, majority of the energy does look to stay to our north. Now, if that comes down a little bit south, I would be concerned for some chances of showers and storms. But right now, this looks to mainly be along the lakefront in the Cleveland area. And then afternoon on is when we could see those pop-up showers and storms. You can see that's the case as we go into 1, 2, 3 o'clock for us. And then a little bit more activity could be in the forecast yet again. Very similar today as we go around the sunset time into the evening. And then as we go overnight, we get into Sunday, and it does look like we'll see some showers and storms set up. But right now, this looks to stay south of the I-70 corridor. But you can see some of those yellows and oranges, which would mean some heavier downpours and possibly some thunderstorms. But it does look like, as of right now's forecast, we could start to really dry out as we go into the second half of Sunday. So for today, again, maybe a popsicle is going to feel great just because we're going to have those temperatures again in the mid-80s, and with those dew points up there, again, a little bit more of a summer feel. But I do want to look at the extended forecast because you're going to see a lot of shower and thunderstorm graphics here on our screen. It's really going to say that there's a chance of showers and storms as we go into the afternoon pretty much every day. We're getting to this pattern where we have that sun earlier, the atmosphere destabilizes, we have little bits of energy, we have the moisture in place, and that could trigger some showers and storms. But although the weekend is a little bit cooler, we do start to warm back up again into the mid-80s by the week. And so that's also something to just keep in mind. You know, here's the thing. We're used to this pattern. If you prepare and know that there's a chance, you may get lucky pretty much every day and not have to worry about showers and storms. Yeah. Or if you know that there's a chance, and say you're playing golf, because everyone knows I love to play golf.
This one.
I'm really getting into it here across Central Ohio. You know, you could book a tee time and just know if you start to see a storm move in, just go somewhere safe.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's me, who doesn't play golf, but I always have the umbrella on hand because it is summer. We noticed that. And I'm glad you mentioned also We have a lot of things happening this weekend too, lots of celebrations. So it's really good to get that forecast from Meredith, because we have especially those Pride events going on.
I know.
It's gonna be huge.
It's so exciting. We also have some local festivals. I think I was reading later tonight there's an arts festival in Grove City. I mean, just looking at some of the other things, the crew game, I mean, downtown's going to be packed. And I think there's a baseball tournament somebody was telling me. So people are coming in. And if you're joining us from out of state, hi, we're glad you're here. But yeah, crazy weekend ahead.
Wow. Okay. So we do want to turn things over now to supporting girls in STEM. We love to hear this here. This is actually an effort being made by organizations across Central Ohio, including the Girl Scouts too. You know a little bit about this.
Yes. Now, being newer to Central Ohio, it's very important to me to get to know your communities and the organizations that make them great. So as a Girl Scout alum, yes, I was, daisies through seniors, I was so excited to have an opportunity to tour the Girl Scouts of Ohio's Heartland STEM Center. It just opened its doors at the end of October last year. Now, STEM is the acronym for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And at the center, as you'll see, the girls can actually take part in summer activities like the day camp that's actually happening right now. I know, it's fun. Look at them there. They're making they were making some sort of putty things. It was really cool.
Nice and messy, like we like
I know, exactly. Well, a fact that you may not know, it was actually dreamt, the center was dreamt up and built by women in STEM.
And the lead architect of this facility and the president, the CEO of CK Construction, who is also female, were both on this project. And we also had mechanical engineers, civil engineers that were all women on this project. So our girls got to see every day women leading the way and helping make this facility a reality.
Give you chills. I love that.
Jinx.
Well, Girl Scouts, if you are interested in attending Summer STEM Day Camp, you're not signed up yet, don't worry, there's more sessions you can attend, and we do have more information at 10tv.com/featured links.
Oh, I love to see that. They're very cool for you going out there and getting that.
You know, it was great, and there was actually the troop there, as we saw, and when I walked in and they said, hey, do you guys know who this girl is? I almost got emotional because a couple of the girls were like, oh, we see you on TV. And I'm like, I'm a meteorologist, I'm a scientist, and I was a Girl Scout just like you. I know.
Role model, inspiring already. Look at that. You just got here and look at you now.
I love to support the charities close to home like that, for sure.
Oh my gosh, girls loved it, and we love highlighting them too.
We
Amazing
do.
work
and
out
we want to be in the communities. You know, that's the whole part about this job is as scientists, as, you know, a traffic anchor, a broadcaster, a journalist, you know, we like to get out and especially meet those future generations.
Yeah, well, a lot more to come for us.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, the business leaders warn actually the Republican-backed One Big Beautiful Bill Act could have disastrous consequences for the solar industry. Yeah, you heard that. That includes a proposal that would eliminate a 30% federal tax credit to customers who actually install solar panels there. John Ramos has more.
We've been doing a lot of reporting on the solar power industry lately, and the news hasn't been very good. California has been pulling back from the incentives it once offered for rooftop solar, and now action by Congress has some people thinking the industry could be on the verge of collapse. Solar power itself is a proven technology with a lot of benefits to offer as a clean, renewable source of energy. But right now, a lot of energy is going into just keeping the business alive.
I think the industry is going to go through some very hard times.
Severin Bornstein at UC Berkeley's Haas Energy Institute says rooftop solar has gone through a lot of changes, with the state reducing how much solar system owners get from the energy they produce. But he says lately things have been improving.
2024 was back to 2021 levels. So they had really recovered from a drop. But now with what the Trump administration is doing, I think that there's a lot of concern. There were already a lot of rooftop solar companies that had pretty tenuous financing and were having a hard time. And I think this is pushing some of them over the edge.
He's talking about a Republican effort in the budget bill to completely eliminate the 30% federal tax credit given to people who install solar systems on their homes. That, along with the tariffs being imposed by President Trump, has solar industry insiders calling foul.
It's really sad to see solar energy getting caught in partisan crosshairs. The sun is not Republican or Democrat. The need for more electricity is not a Democrat or Republican. We need more energy in America, and Congress has a role to play in making that happen.
But right now, the role Congress is playing is to restrict rooftop solar, along with other renewable energies, in favor of older sources like fossil fuels and coal. The effect has already been devastating, with solar companies going bankrupt across the country. On Monday, solar giant Sunnova Energy filed for protection, and last week, Solar Mosaic, a major lender in the business, also went belly up. But Gordon Johnson, founder of a research firm studying the industry, says the companies may have brought it on themselves simply by the way they did business.
The solar industry in the U.S. is in a state of significant disarray. And, it's not something that could not have been predicted. They perpetually issue debt. These companies are always issuing debt. As soon as they can't issue debt, right, and they can't plug that hole of the actual cost of the system versus what they show Wall Street, they quickly go bankrupt.
The prospects for the industry aren't good right now, but Joe Osha, an analyst for investment banker Guggenheim Securities, says rooftop solar should not be confused with the overall solar energy market.
In megawatt terms, I will tell you that the residential solar business, as visible as it is only a tiny fraction of the solar generation that gets added into this country each year. The vast majority of it are these large utility scale solar farms. I don't see any scenario under which that utility scale solar business, to borrow your term, collapses.
That leaves residential solar twisting in the political wind, and experts are saying small companies that have been the backbone of California's solar revolution will have a hard time staying in business.
And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. First, we have, unfortunately, the devastating video of flooding out on Texas on Thursday, where authorities say at least 4 people were killed and dozens of others were rescued after heavy rain and storms flooded roads throughout the city. Some people actually even had to be pulled from submerged cars to get to safety. And it's time to stress that you could never underestimate the importance of staying away from floodwaters during storms such as these. Turn around, don't drown. We can't stress that enough.
Yeah, we say that a lot here on the news too. Hopefully people can follow up with it, make sure they know, because you don't want to see situations like this.
No, it's scary.
Very, very crazy video there. But hey, to end on a brighter note, we do have
good.
something a little interesting. A helicopter was used to retrieve a runaway zebra. You heard that right, which was captured Sunday after more than a week on the loose, of course, right? During the search, the zebra got plenty of attention on social media, getting transformed into memes, and it got nicknamed Ed. We love that.
That is a great one.
During its time on the lam, Ed prompted the closure of a section of a Tennessee interstate. The Ed was eventually captured in a field about 45 miles just south of Nashville, airlifted to an animal trailer, and returned to its owners, which, hey, is legal in Tennessee, if you didn't know.
How do you own a zebra?
Why not? That's the real question. I would.
That makes me think, what was that gum? It had the zebra on it. Remember we were kids?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Something was very fruity. It was a very fruity gum, but it was zebra striped.
It was good,
I don't know why I'm just remembering. This is like 20 years flashing by.
I know, you're way, way back in the past. Oh, my God.
If you can remember, please message me or email me, because I'm probably going to Google it afterwards. So.
What is the gum? What is the gum?
Flying zebra gum. I don't know. That was entertaining.
I know. Yeah, it was crazy. Well, glad Ed's okay.
Well, that's it for your weather update here on 10 TV Plus. Coming up later tonight at 6, we have meteorologist Michael Barron's in for Jerry Martz. And until then, you can catch more news weather online at 10tv.com. Have a great weekend, everyone.